Oh, welcome to our living room and the preparation for Christmas. You know, I've been having roses and other beautiful things from the garden. And today our Christmas tree is from our property too, a tree that Barry's been lovingly trimming. And yeah, it's a little bigger than usual.
Let me say one thing. I want everybody to know that this is the second tree from the same tree. Does that make sense? Yes, so I grew this Douglas fir seedling and cut the first tree like 7 years ago and left some branches on the bottom, and the branches started growing, and I trained one to become another tree. And we have a continuous cycling of trees.
Yeah, this is really special.
Recycling.
It is the biggest tree we've ever had. It's a really wide tree, but it's pretty too. So, in growing up, my family always celebrated Advent, and there were 4 candles on the table, and the first Sunday we would light 1 candle, and then the second 2 candles, all the way to 4 candles, which would be right before Christmas. And it was a beautiful, beautiful custom, and we would talk about each candle and give a meaning to each candle. This is something that we did with our children as well. So it's a little hard to get the candles right here in the living room, so you can just imagine. So for this first candle, you can imagine me lighting it, that it's going to be giving the gift of yourself at Christmas. And of course, this includes Hanukkah too. So I remembered today a story of something that happened to me when I was 13. So I grew up in Buffalo, New York. It was really, really cold. And my parents were, I'd say, middle class. We had a small, home on a block. And Christmas, there were always presents, not an abundance of presents, but there were always presents under the tree, and it was always such a wonderful, joyous time for my older brother and me. And but this one year when I was 13, my father had a recurrence of his childhood polio, and he was unable to work, and our family was actually quite poor. Just struggling to put food on the table. And my parents, looked at all their budget and everything, and they said that for that Christmas, my brother and I could get a winter coat, which is something we desperately needed. And then they very sadly said, you're not going to get any other presents. It's just the winter coat. And we went...
No toys.
No, nothing. No, nothing. Mm-hmm. And my parents both went with us to pick out the coats, and they were in the budget department, And so we had the winter coats. My mom said she was going to wrap them up and put them under the tree. But there was a feeling of sadness in our house for the first time ever at Christmas time. And I thought, I could do something. And I decided I would do a scavenger hunt. And my mother and my father and my brother would each have a different hunt to go on, and I think I made some kind of little presents. They weren't very notable, but that would be at the end of the scavenger hunt. Maybe they had 5 or 6 or 7 places to go. So my dad told me later that he went to sleep that night just feeling so sad that they couldn't give us more. But I was so excited. It's probably the Christmas I remember the most, and being the most excited. And I woke up in the morning, and I woke everyone up, and I'm like, "Come on!" And they started running all over the house looking at these, on their scavenger hunt, and I put them in really funny places, and it was just really, truly, truly fun. And it didn't cost any money, and it was it was the first time I think I realized that you can give so much without ever having to use money. Just giving the gift of yourself and your joy. So I want to encourage you when you think of giving to other people to do something to give of yourself. I think a beautiful thing to do is to write a letter of appreciation and put it in a card, and that would be it. And that would be something that whoever received that would probably treasure it for the rest of their life, is your words of appreciation. So just some ideas to, so you don't have to do so much on Amazon and go shopping and all that kind of stuff, which is so tiring and draining. But the gift of your beautiful heart.
I'm thinking that it's so much fun for me, when I'm out and about in the world, to point out something beautiful about somebody, people in stores or whatever. Sometimes it can be embarrassing to people, but most of the time it lights people up to say something nice, just to point out something, even subtle little things.
Yeah.
To give of yourself.
Yeah.
And I also think about these videos, that it's really our gift to the world. We're just really happy to just be of service in giving. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. So while Barry's getting his beautiful instrument, we before the videos we always pray that we can be of service, and that someone can be touched in their hearts, and even if it's just one person, it's really so worth it for us. All right. Another beautiful song.
Okay, this is a simple little chant, and it's I want to love, I want to give, I want to trust in the goodness of life. Okay, you got that? I want to love, I want to give, I want to trust in the goodness of life, because life actually can be wonderfully good. I want to love, I want to give, I want to trust in the goodness of life. I want to love, I want to give, I want to trust in the goodness of life. I want to love, I want to give, I want to trust in the goodness of life. I'm here with my friends, our love never ends. The gifts of life are here for me. The sun and the rain, and even my pain, are all here to set me free. I wanna love, I wanna give, I wanna trust in the goodness of life. I wanna love, I wanna give, I wanna trust in the goodness of life. I wanna love, I want to give, I want to trust in the goodness of life. I wanna love. So close your eyes a moment. Just feel in your hearts what an honor and a privilege it is to give of yourself, to love in even the smallest ways, to smile at someone, really. It can be such a beautiful thing. So remember, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, to give presents. I mean, you can do that too, but give of yourself. Give of yourself. All right, open your eyes, and I always want to thank you for watching these videos, sharing them with your friends. It's our gift to you. It's our gift to your friends too.
So next week we will be including Hanukkah, because we celebrate both here.
Yeah.
The Hanukkah and Christmas, and they just seem to go together really beautifully.
Yeah. One more quick thing. We want to remind people about our new book, which we're really excited about. People are really loving this book, and it was so much fun to put together our full story and link together all the miracles. Mm-hmm. You will love it, I'm sure.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week for Hanukkah and Christmas.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.